Okay, guys, I'm starting to test fit everything on my spare trunk. It's just an extra trunk that I have that I actually got when I bought the lights. So first thing is to pull out these plugs. I thought they were metal, but they're actually maybe plastic or fiberglass. I don't know. They're kind of flexible, somewhat flexible. But first things first, you got to pop them out, and I'm going to test fit it a few times and make a little bit of trimming, and I will show you what I get when I wrap up. Okay, guys. Well, as you can see, I pretty well butchered this deck. Uh, there was easier ways to do it if you wanted to take time and measure. I had the spare deck here that's pretty well going to go in the trash, so I really wasn't worried about it. I just hacked out a rough shape, as you can see, and then basically made templates here. So they will, this is the template to fit this hole. That's the size I need of the actual hole to fit my buckets in there. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two templates that I made, this one and that one, and on each one of them, like this spot right here is the original factory knockout. And I marked that on both of them, that way I would have a definite point the same on both trunks. What I want to do is put this one on my car when it comes time, trace it out, and then that'll give me the exact area I need to cut. I won't have any of this excess like here that, I cut too much out, and actually a little bit right here. Same thing with that one over there. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to working on my lights. I actually removed the Impala logo off of the SS lights here. I did that tonight also. Just deleted it. Did not realize it had the little, I don't know, it looks like a speech bubble underneath the Impala. So I'm probably going to snag the one off of my car and put it on this, because the one that was on these was in pretty bad shape. Faded pretty bad and paint peeled real good. So that's probably going to be it for tonight. I want to look into the wiring. It's not a real big deal. You got 3 wires per light. Just run them back to the tail lights. Splice them in with the exact same color wires. So 6 wires, not too hard. So yeah, that's where I want to be going. Well, as you can see, if you look really close right here, you can see that silver paint actually on the red lens. It's on both of them that way, and it did the same thing on the corner lights that are already installed in the car. I went and got some good paint stripper, and you can see here I've worked my way around. I'm continuing to work around. I'm going to try to get all that paint off. That way when I tape them, I can actually get a clean line on these. I probably will do the same thing with the corner lights that are installed on the car. I'll just yank them back out probably and go back over them. I did finally get my paint in, the right paint. So I will be working on these here. And as soon as I get them all cleaned up from paint and sanded and cleaned up, I will show you guys the final product before paint. Okay guys, as you can see, I got it taped up. Hit it with some sandpaper, 800 and 600 grit. Looks pretty smooth to the touch. As you see, I actually did a little different this time. I used some playing cards to kind of get under the actual housing, and I was able to do that in some spots. Some I had to go ahead and tape it, as you can see. There's some spots on there where there's a little bit of a gap on that cover, which I'm assuming is just a manufacturer defect. The other spots are right against it hard, so I'm assuming there's adhesive behind it of some sort, similar to what was on the Impala logo there. So I'm going to hit her with some primer, and I'll do a couple of coats of primer, and I will get back with you guys. Okay guys, there it is, 2 coats of primer. Just gotta let it dry for a little while, and I will be putting on the actual base coat. And hopefully this base coat matches significantly better. It should. So we'll see. See you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys. This is the first coat. It's a thin coat, so it might not have full coverage yet. But I can tell you what, it already looks a lot more comparable to the other paint that's actually on the car. It looks a lot better. This is a really, really dark blue. And that should be the appropriate color. So I'm going to let this tack dry for about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. And then I want to hit it with another coat or two. So just wanted to give you guys take a little sneak peek of it. So, all right, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, that's 3 coats. I went ahead and pulled the masking off. As you can see, I got a little bit of residue here from when I had to take paint thinner to it. I'll clean that up here after everything dries up. Basically, I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of mineral spirits and wipe it up. If not, I'll dab a little bit of paint thinner on each one and see if I can't eat that off. But aside from that, man, it looks really good so far. Color looks spot on in comparison. I actually painted a little piece and took it out to the car after it dried, and man, it looks really close. It might not be a perfect match, but I mean, it's going to be good enough for a '02 Impala. So just wanted to show it to you guys. I guess my next time I get to work on this, I'll be removing the stock taillights, or the SS taillights that are actually in my car right now, rather, and retape them and sand and paint them to match this one here. I've got several more cans of this exact color, and then once these are done, I've got a spoiler from an SS that I'm gonna also paint match. So I'll see you guys in a little bit, or on the next one.